Hi guys and welcome back. So today I'm going to be showing you how to make this blackberry and lime bundt cake. Let's begin. So to get started on the recipe, grab yourself a large mixing bowl, and into your mixing bowl place your room temperature butter, followed by the sugar and the lime zest. Then mix everything together until it's lighter and fluffier in colour and consistency. For me this takes around 5 to 7 minutes, but it may take more or less time depending on the climate that you're in. If it's warmer it might take less time. Just mix until lighter and fluffier. Once you've achieved that, you can then go ahead and start to add in the eggs, one at a time, beating well in between each addition, being careful to not split or scramble the mixture, as that's what may happen if you add the eggs too quickly. So take your time and mix for around 30 seconds to a minute in between each addition, and as you add the eggs you'll notice the mixture does become looser and much fluffier. This is completely normal. Then add in your vanilla and mix until it's fully incorporated. Give the bowl a good scraping down, and this is just to incorporate any bits that may not have been fully worked in from earlier on. So don't forget to check the very top and the bottom of the bowl, as this is normally where it catches and doesn't fully incorporate sometimes, but for me that wasn't the issue today, thankfully, but always check. Then you can go ahead and add in your flour and your raisin agents and salt, and mix on a low speed to start with, working your way up to a medium-high speed, and just mix until a cake batter is formed. You do not want to over mix this, as otherwise it will make the texture of the cake quite tough, which is not what you want in a cake. And then one final scraping down, and this is just to incorporate any bits of dry ingredients that may not have been fully worked in from earlier on. So make sure you get to the very top of the bowl, as this is normally where at this stage it's not fully incorporated. Add in your blackberries, which have been coated in some flour. These were the ones I picked in my garden last year, so towards the end of last year, and then just fold them in until they're fairly distributed. Take your bundt pan, which has been buttered and floured, then place in your cake batter into the bundt pan, and it doesn't need to be perfect as we'll level it out, but add all the cake batter and then just jiggle your palette knife or spatula around until it's more level. Then place into your preheated oven and bake it off. All the information that you will need will be on the blog post, which you can find linked down below, so don't forget to check it out. Here is what the cake looked like once it was out of the oven and cooled for around 5 to 10 minutes. I then just flipped it, hope for the best, and it came out perfectly, which I was very happy with. And just to get rid of some of that excess flour, I made a simple syrup with some lime in and just squirted that all over, and it helps to keep the cake moist, as sometimes bundt cakes can be known for being a little bit dry, which this one was not anyway, and adding the simple syrup just made it even better. So I recommend doing that. Once the simple syrup is soaked in and the cake has had a bit of time to cool down, you can then go ahead and cut it up into as many or as few pieces as you would like. I cut mine into as many as I needed, but here is what the cake looked like. It's a really delicious cake and perfect for summer. But that's all for today. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe for more from me, and I'll be back again soon with another recipe, so join me then. In the meanwhile, don't forget to check out the description. There'll be a link to this recipe, a link to my blog, and links to all my social media. But that's all for today. I hope you enjoyed. Bye guys.